what this whole story is about is about Neanderthals being unable to move around and looking for a vehicle by which they could move around. And you start with the original vehicle is a donkey. And then you go from a donkey to a horse. Then you go from a horse to horsepower. So automobiles, cars. And then the idea comes to them, reincarnation. So the idea is, if you're going to have a vehicle, why not have one that you can fit into and live your life with it? It would be your vehicle. So the idea is, in a human body, the center of control over the body is where the electricity and the chemicals are made to get reaction from the rest of the body. That's in the endocrine glands, the pituitary gland, all of the nervous system. So that is the part that is below the brain and above the spine at the narrowing in the body, which is the neck. So they said, imagine if we could piggyback on a human being.
They did that from the beginning, right?
The description they give to that is, watch kids going to school. We are piggybacking on those kids because we wrote all the books they're carrying. So they're going to school to transfer the information from the bag on their back into their brain. Why can't we become the part in the neck? Why can't we genetically engineer ourselves into the neck? And that's when they decided they would close down Japan for 200 years while they worked on a plan. The plan was to get the Japanese to do the work on cloning that would allow a Neanderthaler medulla, pons, thalamus, hypothalamus, all that stuff that's between the spine and the brain, miniaturize it small enough so that it could fit in with the cocktail that they would then put in an egg and make new people. And they succeeded. So as you walk around today, you have the original female parts from clan mothers. You have the original male parts that they derive from clan mother by breaking up her genetic code and making males. But you also now have a control mechanism that lives with you every day. Much of the time people spend arguing, they're not arguing with other people. They're arguing with themselves. But in fact, it's not themselves. In fact, it's the control mechanism over their feelings has been replaced by a Neanderthaler mechanism. So that, in fact, every time they go to make a decision, They cannot access the information from their spine, which is the background information they need to make decisions. They can only use their brain, but the information coming down from below comes from the Neanderthaler, the piggy that piggybacks in their neck. And the piggy has an advantage because it controls the reins that when you pull on it, something in the body happens because it releases chemistry or electrical shocks. So they can make a person who is not willing to will their will feel depressed. They can make that person who is willing to will their will feel happy. Don't worry, be happy is basically the feeling that a person has. But you have to remember what it is that Neanderthalers want. They want you to work. They want you to work hard. They want you to be feeling bad when you're not working. They want you to collect money. They want you to save money because they are accumulators. Mm-hmm. They want you to control the people around you. So all the time you're doing those things they want, they make you feel powerful. They make you feel in charge. They make you feel good by pulling on the different chemicals. There are 16 different chemicals that they can access. And it's a balance between these 16 chemicals that makes the feelings you have today. But they can also, for example, pull an electrical circuit and cause your sciatic nerve to cause pain in your leg, so that physically, not just mentally, they can prevent you from doing certain things. So if you're hopping around on one leg, you don't get as much done as if you've got your two legs functioning. It's like having a flat on a car all the time. So that's the concept. Now, of course, it's all chemistry and much more complicated than an explanation, an overview of the premise of it all. But that's basically what they do. They have penetrated the neck of all people. And they've done it by killing off people and making sure that the new ones that are being born from those people which they have directly genetically engineered.